I would like to give you a rendition, a great rendition. I'll have it known you're getting off lightly. There are those that tell us in this native country it'll go on all evening, okay? So you're getting off lightly. Okay, and I would like to say we're in a completely appropriate situation here, for do we not have a fountain here?
Yeah, we do.
Do you not think there should be a fountain fairy?
Yes. Yes.
Well, let me tell you that there is indeed a fountain fairy. In fact, there is a whole lineage of fountain fairies.
Yay.
Subsumed by the Catholic Church. I will tell more. We shall visit some people who I have already mentioned. I hope you've been doing your studying and listening carefully, or the people who were here not earlier will maybe anyway have heard of the Tuatha de Danu, the tribe of the people of the goddess of Danu. I also refer them as Pelasgians. I think that means from Spain or somewhere like that, I'm not sure. Sounds good though. Read it in the White Goddess. Okay. This is Le Credo Melusine. Melusine is the fountain fairy in question. She's got red hair, so I hope this is okay because Melusine's my main girl. Is it okay?
Yeah.
It is said that Scythians first were here, before Sumer and Hittite and Phoenician warriors, and the Sarmatians in green dragon-like scales, older than the Egyptians, the eldest who set sail. Legendary Tuatha de Danu sprang from this band when first they came to Scottish and Ireland. Seafaring Scythians, the ring lords of yore, were the rootstock from the time before, from the Black Sea originally, or thereabouts. But they got about, we have no doubt. Queens, their kings and warriors, travelled through Asia to Europe and to Hyperborea, within the forests of Caledonia, where Picts made mischief marvellously with the run-rings round Roman army, who called them picture people, Picts. As with bright colour and design their faces were licked, truly lords and ladies of the northern forests, so they could not forever the new order resist. The Roman Catholic Church had arrived. They reduced the Tuatha de Danu to fairy size, mythologizing those who had been real, replacing their memory with new religious zeal, with armies of might behind, courtesy of these new kings, that one donation of Constantine could bring in. And what do we think we find? A spot of ethnic cleansing. A spurious document detailing how the Pope could create, through divine sanction, all kings from his God-given crowning hand. Though Charlemagne I, for one, saw the underlying plan of deceit, lies, and murder that had forged it. In truth, though he lived it, he deplored it. His mother was of the Merovingian line, descended from David Solomon and Jesus the Nazarene. These new-style kings subverted the queen, without whom no kings had ever been, replacing her with a pious old man, privy to God, who speaks his command. After Christ's death on the cross, these obsolete queens were collateral loss. Now, the Pope would decide who would perpetrate the genocide. Alas, alas, this document, this donation of Constantine allowed it all to be. Alas, alas, for the Grail dynasty. For can you hear the keening? It is Le Credo Melusine, her lonely heart still pines there, way out on the extreme, and she has seen times both harsh and bleak. Know of whom it is I speak. Melusine, last of the line, she who lived at the same time as when was implemented the donation of Emperor Flavius Constantine. With marital betrayal as well, she became exiled to her own living hell, which is to orbit the earth long, singing out her heart-rending banshee song. Lady Lizard, queen refined, Grail maiden since ancient times, fountain fairy, soul sublime, last queen of the elven line. At least, as regards lineage unbroken, by bards be spoken, of whom is descended from whom. This lineage all kings are impelled to do. They need some worthy line to be or assume. In spite of all their power and killing, they still need credibility in the public eye. Need it all the time. Melusine was the ultimate catch for any aspiring royal match. Her paradox is because Constantine's donation is responsible for falsely costing us the loss of her precious line. And as everybody knows, the emperor wears no clothes. Yet she is perceived as half this, half that, desirable yet demoniac dynastocrat, depicted as both the devil's daughter and of the highest regal order. Melusine, we have found you. Here in the heart of this story, you were sent out of bounds. We are here to restore you. You of the line who once ran the temple where 9 maidens preserved their menstrual bloods in a cup for the imbibing of the king, that it might him good kingship bring. You, whose mother Presine was by her stepson beguiled. By stepson Nathas beguiled. Which forced her into vow-fated exile. This was because she had bade her husband never spy on her, birthing, bathing, or feeding their babes. When King Elenas was tricked by Nathas into your nursery, your mother left immediately with her daughters 3. This to your own fate was precursory. Much the same thing happened to you. There was nothing that you could do. Betrayed by a foolish, serpentine word, spoken by several people, overheard. By Ramon de Verrières, first Comte d'Anjou, he who had made marriage vows to you. But your husband, who knew of your lizard skin, spoke and broke the trust that you had invested in him, implying that you possessed bat wings and a serpent's tail. You left this world. The marriage failed. The dragon features have been your mother's curse. Of her 3 daughters, she punished you the worst. For that grief you doled out on your dad, that slip of tongue that made you all mad. Because of you, your father went nearly half insane on the high Northumbrian mountain range where you and your sisters imprisoned him. When he died, so sorely was your mother missing him that she built a tomb with a statue and inscription guarded by Grimoald the giant's eternal protection. Melusine, daughter of Presine before you, your fate forged by feelings forced through you and your sisters who gave grief to King Elenas. Though you did not know that it was not his fault, within a web of deceit he had become caught. King Elenas lost it with all you lot in his face, and Nathas was made king in his place. The story of your life, it holds much sorrow, yet I do hold hope for your tomorrow. You, who pine the loss of each relative, on the outer stratosphere a fugitive, spied with your wondrous serpentine tail, expelled out of reach to forever wail. You, whose ancestry stems from when Egyptian and Scythian houses, royal houses did blend, confirming the line, a new culture bred by consenting queens who chose who they begged. A bloodline long was theirs that they birthed. The starfire they gave, it quenched cosmic thirst. Better even than the Orme gold, it let fey and governance and enchantment unfold. Through Tiamat, the original dragon queen of the Eden-founding Anunnaki, aka elves, shining ones, or Elohim, whom with clay man had mixed their genes, teaching agriculture up in high Eden, from where out a new culture did begin. Through Princess Scota and Scotland's Albany kings, their ancestors were crocodile cult Egyptians. Then to Northumberland and Caledonia's woods, where were living the original Robin Hood. Then to the Verrières de Forest, near Saint-Étienne, at Lucina, Lightbringer, where stands your fountain. The people and the land are all interwoven strands, that this is what once was, few now understand. Such a rich and ancient line of muse-inspired kings to be extinguished with a document. It's just one of those things, accepted and forgotten. But I'm telling you now that I think it's a fraud. Is there any way how that you could come back and help us? Because we need your touch. And we don't even know that we miss you so much. Le cri de merci, please.